Thank you for tuning in to the NSUSpartans.com Football Coaches Show for the week of October 18th. I'm Matt Mihalik, Sports Information Director, as always alongside NSU football coach Pete Adrian. How are you doing today, Coach?
Okay, working hard.
Definitely, always. Well, last time we talked, getting ready for the big Battle of the Bay game, hard-fought game throughout, two evenly matched teams. Unfortunately, the Spartans on the losing end of a 7-6 game. Have you ever been a part of a game that kind of played out like that one? It was kind of a ebb and flow to the game, but yet neither team could really seem to punch it across there much.
Oh yeah, actually we've been involved quite a few of those games, and they're great ones to win. They're really tough ones to lose because you know, you play a good solid football game really on both sides of the football, and it's just every play is a big play, and you got to make a play, and it's a play here or a play there, and you win the football game. And so it's you know, our kids played extremely hard. I thought that our offensive line dominated up front real well in the running game. We rushed for over 200 yards, and they were trying to play 7, 8, 9-man fronts against us, and I thought we had a pretty good play in there. I thought the defense obviously made pretty good plays. When you only give up 7 points in a ball game, you have to play a pretty solid football game. And of course, you know, you're 5-1 Hampton team, 4-0 in the conference, and you know, we were certainly evenly matched all the way.
You mentioned the defense played particularly well. 7 points would be a season low, except for perhaps the A&T game. 7 points that they gave up could have been more. The Hampton offense had a couple opportunities inside your red zone, but your defense came up big with some really key stops early in the game to keep you in it.
Well, that was the big thing, and that's what you're supposed to do. You know, we worked hard on red zone defense this past week, and kids executed well, made some plays. You got to get some turnovers down there, and we were able to get a big turnover down there, which is all part of the football game.
Now, offensively, as you mentioned, the running game was very strong throughout, over 200 yards rushing. Both D'Angelo Branch and Takeem Hedgeman ran very well. Got the game within 7-6 there in the third quarter. Obviously, missed the extra point, ended up being a key play, but definitely, I imagine you're happy with what you saw out of your running game, able to move the ball and control the clock like they did.
Well, yeah, they did a great job of moving the football, and again, you know, you got to convert a little more on third down, and once again, unfortunately for us, we had a couple drop passes. You know, probably had 2 passes thrown that shouldn't have been thrown. We got to be a little smarter than that at times, and got to keep some drives going. And again, you got to make a few plays. Missed the extra point and had a good snap, good hold. The kicker just missed it. You know, and his plant foot was really good. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes. I guess it was just the wrong time for it to happen. But my feeling has always been, you got to score more than 6 points to win a football game.
Right. Now, moving forward, does this game give maybe your offensive line and your running game a little bit of confidence? Obviously, Hampton knew that you were going to be running right at them, but you were still able to grind out some first downs there. Does that give them a little bit of momentum moving forward?
Oh, it has to. I mean, our kids are frustrated with some because, you know, again, they played a solid football game. We played good enough to win, and we didn't win. We just need to win a football game. I think once we do that, I think we'll start rolling a little bit.
Right. Now, you get another chance this Saturday at that against Florida A&M right here at Dick Price Stadium. Your first home game in a month after 3 road games and a bye week there. I imagine the players and coaches, everyone's excited to be home this weekend. Well,
there's no place like home, and you know, we've had that stretch ever since I've been there. We have 3 or 4 away games away, and that's tough on you. It always is, and so it is nice to be home. It's nice to be able to go through your regular routine and have your home fans here cheering for you.
Now, it is homecoming week. Obviously, a lot going on for the fans, the alumni, and the players as well. Do you ever worry about that being a little bit of a distraction for your players?
Well, you know, Thursday night they have a lot of functions, you know, and they are college students and they want to go to it, and you know, we let them go. They got to go and have some fun, but you got to stay focused. And Friday night, you know, we don't go off campus or anything like some other teams do. We stay on here, and probably the hardest thing on Friday night is letting them make sure they get rest, because there's a lot of things happening throughout the night, throughout the campus, and
right.
You always worry about that, but that's something we can't control.
Right. Now, what will be your major emphasis in practice this week in order to maybe see some improvements either side of the ball to pull out a victory this week?
Well, we're going to get week 2 better of running the football, coming downhill a little bit, and still mixing it up. You still got to spread it out some, because if you don't, you're going to constantly be ganged up on, and then keep trying to improve in the passing game.
Now, what are your thoughts on this Florida A&M team? They come in 3-3 overall. They snapped a 2-game losing streak last week at Savannah State. What do you see from the Rattlers on film?
Well, the biggest thing is always, you know, they've got good speed at most positions down there. You know, the defense is an aggressive defense. They like to blitz a lot, try to bring a lot of pressure on you. The quarterback is a scrambling kid. I like to see him sit in the pocket a little more than what he does. You know, he goes back and takes off, much like the kid from Hampton tries to do, and sometimes that creates offense by accident, and that's what you got to try to stop.
And what will be some of your biggest keys to victory this week, offensively and defensively?
Well, once again, we got to get field position. The defense has got to create some field position. I think we got to win the battle of the kicking game again, and then you know, you got to score. I mean, it's no magic. We got to put some touchdowns up on the board.
All right, Coach. Well, we wish you good luck this week against Florida A&M. We hope to see a big crowd out this Saturday at Dick Price Stadium, 2 p.m. kickoff, as the Spartans host Florida A&M for Homecoming 2010. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you again next week at NSUSpartans.com.